Hi, Karina here, reporting to the duty. If you're an immigrant looking to buy a house in the USA, now or in the far, far future, please watch this video till the end so you can learn on my experience. And be prepared. Sadly, there is no information out there on how the home purchasing process works for the immigrants. And surprise, mortgage people will also most of the time have absolutely no idea what to do with you. This creates a big problem, resulting in you getting rejected just because you're an immigrant. Is it illegal? Yes. Does anyone care? No. If you're looking for step-by-step instructions on how the pre-approval process works, please watch my previous video. It's nice and smooth. But if you're an immigrant, please stay here because nothing ain't gonna be nice and smooth for you, my friend. If you're moneybags buying a house for cash and you're not looking for a mortgage, feel free to skip as well. This video is for the immigrants who came here by themselves, worked their asses off, are not married to citizen spouses, and now are having trouble getting something that they fully deserve. That sounds right. Welcome to this video. First thing I want you to remember is that you are a transplant. You will never look good on paper. Get used to it. You will often be offered lower wages and you will be considered a higher risk borrower, no matter how perfect you are. For anything, starting from a simple credit card to the business loan or personal loan and all the way to the mortgage. So get ready to eat a lot of kakashki. Okay, next point is credit history and score. Please don't make my mistake and get your credit card as soon as you can in this country. I grew up without credit cards and came here with a debt-free mentality, and I still think that it's a very healthy one, but in this country it's gonna get you nowhere. In the USA, your worth is measured by how much you owe, not how much you own. As an adult, completely new to the country, it will be hard for you to get a credit card to begin with. Most of the banks out there will offer you kind of a fake credit card, which is actually a debit card where you have to put the money up front, and I think you can only put up to $300 or $700, and then you use that money and then you pay back off and use that money and pay back off. And then they track your history of doing that for at least a year, so that later in the future they might probably approve you for a real credit card and give you a $300 credit line. I was like, nope, I don't have that time. So a little insider tip for you, what I did about 4 years ago when I was getting my very first credit card, I used Capital One Bank. This is not an advertisement by any means. I did a lot of research and asked a lot of people around, and at the time that was easy to do. I think it's probably the same nowadays. You just fill out an application online and you're gonna get approved in 5 minutes, and then a week later you have a nice shiny $300 credit line card in your mailbox. You're gonna feel like $1,000,000, baby. Start using it, pay it off every time, and you're gonna build yourself a nice 700 plus credit score in no time this way. Next thing I want to talk about is pre-approval process. This is where shit gets real, baby. Oof. It took me personally months and a lot of breakdowns to get this done. Even though I do qualify more than most US citizens given my credit score and history and debt to income ratio, assets, I looked perfect on paper, and they would even tell me that on the phone. The first pre-screening you might have over the phone, and they ask you a list of questions. What is your income? How long have you been in the industry? How long have you had this job? What is your debt like? What is your credit score if you know it? La 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 la. And it's like 80 questions like that. And then question number 81 is, are you a citizen? And I would say no. And they would literally be like, oh. And that's pretty much the end of your story. I was rejected 3 times during pre-approval process by all kinds of mortgage dudes and bras. I felt frustrated, helpless, and angry. I just watched every house that I was interested in and had money for and could pay for easily being sold to someone else who was a citizen. I actually gave up at some point and decided I just gonna buy some kind of a container for cash and remodel it and live there, because apparently I will never get a mortgage in this country. Until a few months later, by some lucky star, I found a female mortgage lender who actually listened to me, who actually read my documents and got me approved immediately. So my biggest advice to you people when getting a mortgage or doing anything in life, work with women. No offense, dudes, but seriously, come on. 3 times. I will tell you and show you now how it works and what happened. One thing I want to say, if you have a green card at this point, you should be all set. I didn't. So what happens then is a lender needs to see that, it's ridiculous. The lender needs to see that you are eligible to work in the USA. So normally they're looking for a document known as work permit or EAD, employment authorization document. Yeah, that one. The one you pay $500 every year to renew it. Your favorite one, yes. $495. I think part of the problem is that immigrants rarely buy houses because they can't afford it. I have been wildly lucky and privileged, so I got to this point pretty quickly. I will show you what law says about immigrants buying houses, which, it will say no discrimination, and what actually happens in life, real life, dealing with mortgage officers. I don't know if they're even officers.
Have you ever seen a cranky Karina, especially on a cloudy day? She'll knock you on your ass if you give her any sass. Best you better watch what you say.
You're getting a glimpse of cranky Karina here, okay? But seriously, oh my god. So much stuff was done wrong by them. It's ridiculous. People don't know how to do their jobs. So be ready for that. And you have to know your rights and you have to know their jobs better than they do in order for you to get this approval. Nobody wants to pre-approve you if you're an immigrant especially. I will insert here quotes from the law, and I will also leave the link down below in the description. Please save those links and send them in the email to your mortgage lenders as soon as you start having problems, and you probably will. Yes, by law, all that required is that you're legal in the USA and you have the right to work. What happens in reality? Many immigration statuses only require you to renew your employment authorization document until some point. Then afterwards you have immigration interview, you get approved to stay and live in the USA for the rest of your life until you leave the country. This is what happened to me. At the same time, once you got this status, you have to wait for 1 full year and then you can apply for the green card. Once you applied for a green card, you can wait for it anywhere from 1 year to eternity. This is exactly the stage that I was in. I no longer required employment authorization document. I already applied for a green card, but I didn't have either. What I did have was an official document from Immigration, from Homeland Security, that I am eligible to live and work in the USA from this date last year until the rest of my life or the day I leave the country. Oh my god, why was it so hard to understand for people? Be ready for people to not understand this. What happens very often, I notice, they get so focused on one thing and they stop listening to you. And that's exactly what happened to me. So basically, I was trying to explain that my status is already kind of higher than back when I needed employment authorization document. Now I've been approved in this country, so I no longer need any paper, work permit or anything to work in the US. I can work in the US like any citizen. They even changed my social security card to remove any limitations on it, and I provided all of that documentation. And the response to that was the following. So that mortgage bro responded to me with 3 points. First, after I explained to him everything, so is there any reason you did not renew your employment authorization document last year? 2, So you say you applied for a green card. Well, can you provide the document that it has been approved?
Have you ever seen
Like
a cranky
applied,
Karina,
approved?
especially on a
I'm sorry,
cloudy day?
English is only my
She'll knock
fourth
you on your
language,
ass
but
if
even
you
I
give her
understand
any
the
sass.
difference.
Best
How
you
don't
better
you?
watch what you say.
And three was like, oh, are there any limitations on your social security card? Even after I showed it to him. So get ready, my friends. It's gonna get real. What I'm saying is the law is fully on your side. What ended up happening to me with this guy in particular, he told me, yes, I kind of understand your point, but you know what? It's not me. It's the guy above me. It's the underwriter who rejects, which they will always say that. Yeah, this is sad and very, very, very stressful. Each of those guys would ask me for 3 years of tax return, 5 years of this, 10 years of that. One guy pulled my credit without asking me. I still have that hard inquiry on my credit. It's ridiculous. It's a mad world out there. Don't expect people to know how to do their jobs, ever. Oh god. But for some reason, magically, when I contacted this lovely female mortgage officer, we jumped on the phone. I explained my situation. I wrote her an email beforehand. After our phone conversation, she asked me for one document, which was my last pay stub. I sent it to her and she pre-approved me unofficially because she hasn't pulled my credit yet, but she called me back and she said, okay, based on the credit score you gave us, because I know my credit score, and based on your one document that you provided, and based on what you say you have in savings, etc., this is probably what you're gonna get approved for. Do you want to pull your credit? I said, yes, I am ready, and literally 2 hours later, I had my pre-approval letter. Don't give up. Don't give up. There are so many people out there who don't want to deal with immigrants because they think we are sketchy, we are whatever. Do not give up and work with women. More women in real estate. Yay! Last disadvantage that I remember from the whole process was that many things that every person who is a citizen can do online, you will be required to do in person. I don't know exactly how that would work now during the pandemic, but this is what happened to me in 2019. After I got pre-approved and put my offer on the house and it got accepted. By the way, I got my offer on the house accepted the day I received my green card. Irony. And then I was like, oh my god, if those mortgage bros would have approved me, I would have my green card by the time of getting a loan. So who's laughing now? Anyway, that was a very emotional day.
Thank you, America. And ironically, there is also a possibility that I might have bought a tiny apartment building today. We're about to find out in about an hour. I don't know how many emotions I can handle more. But anyway, thank you, America. You're awesome. There's probably nowhere I would rather be.
So after all of that, my offer was accepted, we were ready to go. Then you have to actually get a loan. And to do that, because I was loaning from a local credit union, which is highly advised, I had to become a member of that credit union, and everyone can do it online. But you, because you're a weird, sketchy immigrant, will be required to come in person. At least that's what happened to me. Be ready for a situation where, because nobody ever does this in person, they might have no system for you set up. So it ended up being a lot of pain in my buttocks. Nobody knew where I should go, what time I should go, who should I talk to. Like, nobody knew what to do with me. I'm pretty used to this situation though. But one thing I want to flag for you is that they do ask you to bring your foreign passport. I know a lot of immigrants stay for a while and they have their foreign passport expired. Beware, you'll be asked to bring it. Luckily, mine still had a whole year before it expired, so it was okay, but I imagine if it was expired, that would open a whole new can of worms, and you would be stuck there trying to explain that что ты не осел. And trying to explain these people how immigration works and that you cannot renew your foreign passport because you cannot leave the country because you're trying to get a citizenship here, but nobody cares, so find a workaround or something, be prepared. Luckily, when I was getting the actual loan, I already had a green card, so from there everything was pretty easy for me, and I imagine if I didn't, the hell would continue, like literally until the day of closing. So, my dear immigrants, my condolences to you, but also congratulations on considering buying a house. It is worth it. Since you're 100% approved for a loan, you actually got it, and it's all set in stone, you should be fine from there, just waiting for the closing. So, with a range of panic attacks and nervous breakdowns, you should be able to walk into your fresh, brand new home like you deserve it, with just a little less stable mental health and the twitching eye, but it's totally worth it, 100%. Thank you for watching, and I wish you good luck with your home purchase. Here is my home buying series. Here is my home buying series. Please check it out. It will probably answer all the questions you might have about the home buying process. And if not, leave me a comment down below and I will be happy to share what I know. I'm also curious to know if it's strictly immigrants who are watching this video or if there are citizens as well. Please let me know down below if you're a citizen and say hi, and if you're an immigrant, ask me any question that you have and tell me about your experience too. Thank you. Bye. The problem is that I don't even know where to begin.